This is video 143, Empire Total War, United Provinces Grand Campaign, played on hard. We're having a look over now at the Indian continent here. We've defeated a large army that was in the centre. We defeated a small army on the right side as well, on the east side I should say. So we cleared all those out. We've taken some hits to our infantry of course in that area, which means that we should be spending slightly less on our army next turn. If you remember, we're struggling very much with our economy because Marseille has been blocked for some time now. We've got no money whatsoever in the coffers. I'm sending this ship over here to block... where is that? Not sure exactly where that is. Anyway, but that's his other port. That's the one on the east side that we need to take account of. I don't know if it's Calcutta over there. Is that Calcutta? May well be. Anyhow, what's happened here is he's moved infantry units into each of these ports where I've put my ships into his ports in order to damage them. So he's pushed me out basically. What I'm going to do now is blockade them. So just click on the ports again, which means that we're blockading them, which means no trade can get through any one of those ports there. My ships are superior to anything that you can produce in those ports, you know, in terms of trade ships and dhows and even brigs and sloops, so we should be able to tackle anything that comes out of any of those ports. There is a large fleet around, an enemy fleet somewhere, more than likely, so I'll be quite happy for those to appear, and then we can get a bit more prize money. In the meantime, we're going to settle for this Savoy fleet. I expect to have some decent income now. Taking this fleet out will give me a nice bit of prize money first of all. I hope to get all of them. I'm going in with chain shot and grape shot, and I'm going to take as many of them as I can. They're low grade ships, mine are better grade ships. I've got some experience, I've got an admiral in there as well. We're managing to cross the T. We haven't got the same problem that we had with the Marathas. They don't seem to have copper bottoms, so they're not quite so quick. They haven't got the advanced technology in terms of, well, certainly nothing in advance of what I've got. Now, why on earth? This is one of the glitches with the game. I've got my troops there on well, in a single line formation in a group, and I've asked them to go to a certain point. I wanted to change the direction where they were going, and it looked like they were going to go right to the original point and then hook backwards. And that's certainly not what I want to happen. So I've taken out the Admiral's flagship. He seems to be the one that was holding things up, so I'm now going to be operating that ship independently. You do have to watch it sometimes when you've grouped your ships. Sometimes they can do things that you don't expect them to do. Anyway, so that's upset the first ship there, which is rather nice. I hope I've got him with some good chain shot. Winning this battle will be a real boon to us. It'll open up about 3 or maybe even 4,000 trade from Marseille again, which is what we've had previously. And also we'll get a decent amount of money from taking this fleet as well. It was very much our weakest point. I was always aware Marseille was weak, but it was where that I could be strong. So difficult to know how to defend everywhere. It's just, well, I don't think it's possible. So Ceylon was vulnerable if I left it without a decent fleet in the Indian Ocean. Guyana was very vulnerable if I hadn't left it with a fleet defending it there. And the most vulnerable place, of course, is right at the top in the English Channel. You know, vulnerable from the Swedes who've been at war with me, who are still hostile to me. At any points they can move in and just blockade Antwerp, not Antwerp, sorry, Rotterdam. And as soon as they do that, then our economy is strangled completely, well, you might as well just write the Dutch off, you know, and you just have to reduce your forces so much everywhere that you'd be weak in every one of your theatres. So it is very, very difficult to be strong everywhere. The only thing I can do is hope against hope that once I've defeated this fleet down here in the south, I've got time. It takes about 3 turns to get my fleet back and get it back to the English Channel, and hopefully build something down in the south of Europe that will protect Marseille in the future from Savoy, who haven't got a sophisticated fleet. If I can destroy all his ships, then maybe I'll have enough, or be able to gradually develop a South European navy quickly enough to really to, if nothing else, put him off from attacking me again. So here we go, we're in bits, because they weren't doing what I wanted them to do in nice line formation, so I've had to split the ships and I'm using a lot of them independently now. Well, I'm certainly using 2 of them independently at the moment. Like I said, he hasn't got brilliant ships. It's the usual thing. Cross his line, or go through his line. Go through it if you like, then you're shooting both sides at once. Stop his line from advancing, go through him, and then round him. Unfortunately, my line has not retained its formation. Some kind of a blip, I'm not too sure what that is. So it's going to be a case of twisting and turning these ships round and round and round, firing left, firing right, firing left, firing right, continually doing that until I demast the enemy. And then once he's sitting there in the water being unable to move, then we can grape him. Usual tactics basically. And at the moment I think you can see that it's working fairly well. We've got all his troops there strewn out in a complete line. And in a complete line there, he's not able to bring all his ships to bear at the same time. Okay, this is going to go on for some time, I'm afraid, doing this. Just twisting and turning, until we've defeated each one of his ships one at a time. Main thing is, of course, like I said, to take out the sails, so he's got nothing that can get away. The main reason is that I don't want him to be coming back attacking me, or rather blockading my port when my fleet has gone back to the English Channel, but also because we desperately need some decent prize money here. Another option for us, of course, is to raise fleets again back in Northern Europe, over at Rotterdam, so that in that decent sort of port that we've got nearby, I think it's Antwerp, so that we don't have to move our fleet round, and that we can have some ships up there all ready to be able to defend our major area. Whether we've got enough to fend off a nation like the Swedes, I'm really not too sure. But at the moment the Swedes seem to be tied up with Denmark, so we've really taken our heart into our mouths when we've moved south here and attacked this Savoy fleet, and just hoped against hope that the Swedes are not strong enough or don't have the time to be. Okay, so you can see that his line's still trailing out there at the back. He's got a double line, which means that the troops to the left aren't going to be able to fire through the troops to the right over at all my troops there on the right hand side. So it looks like we've definitely got the advantage over him at the moment. And of course, like I said, we've got superior ships as well. So even on a 1-on-1 or even a 2-on-1, you know, where we can go between him, we should still have a distinct advantage there. Okay, still quite a lot of ships to get through, so it looks like this might go on to the next video. I might see if I can find a way of rushing through this. It's not much fun you seeing sort of individual actions like this, because it's all the same thing really. I've got superior ships against his, and all I'm doing is twisting and turning them all the time, because as I've said before, I can turn a ship round and fire it again quicker than I can reload a ship. Not only that, for some reason when you turn a ship and it is bow to stern against somebody's broadside, you're producing a smaller target to him as well. So it seems to actually work, twisting and turning your ship in the face of an enemy broadside, which seems a bit odd, but anyway, there you go. So it's all just grape shot, and sorry, not grape shot really, it's chain shot at the moment to take out his sails and his masts. We hope to finish this on the next video.